Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla if you are new here. And today I'm going to be talking to you about my week 6 results of my postpartum weight loss and mental health journey. I'm going to jump right into the results. And this week I'm actually going to take this a little bit differently and I'm not going to share my weekly weigh-in with you. The reason being is that I don't want to trigger anyone with my weight loss of this week. Since Saturday, I haven't been feeling great and I've had some kind of upset stomach, and I won't go into the details, but I think it's to do with the antidepressant that I take on a daily basis and taking it on an empty stomach, and it's just not sitting well with my gut bacteria, let's put it that way. So I've had quite a significant weight loss this week, but I know that that isn't actually fat loss. It's most likely dehydration and it's something else going on in my system. And for that reason, I think it would be irresponsible of me to actually share a number with you guys in case anybody who's watching this is living with an eating disorder and feels that this is something that they should be doing, or I know as a former bulimic that, you know, we can be triggered by people saying different things. So I just wanted to be very conscious of that, and I'm not going to get into the number this week. I hope that's okay with you. Next week, it'll probably even itself out and I'll let you guys know what it is next week for week 7. But anyway, that's week 6's results. The way I've been feeling this week, besides physically feeling like absolute ugh since Saturday, I've had some amazing non-scale victories this week, and they are really making me feel, on one part, excited. So that's my word and my feeling for the week, except for the feeling of genuinely physically feeling quite unwell. And I know that I'm physically feeling quite unwell, which is something not to do with weight loss. It's just to do with like trying to balance out the chemicals that I'm putting into my system. So my non-scale victory that I came across this week is that I got to go shopping for the first time in my life in Kildare Village. And Kildare Village is, for those of you who live outside of Ireland, is basically a outlet mall. It's very similar to Bicester Village. It's actually owned by Bicester Village in the UK. And it's very similar to like Simon Malls, like one of those outlet malls that would have like a high-end high street and designer clothes within them. Now, I've been to Kildare Village multiple times, but I have never been able to shop there because I never fit into anything. I was able to go and have a look at the accessories, but I never actually purchased anything until last Friday. Last Friday, I went in and I purchased 3 separate dresses, 2 in All Saints and 1 in the Couples. And I have always loved fashion. If you followed me for a long time on Instagram, you know that like fashion hauls are a big thing for me, and I might start doing them here as well. But I adore fashion, and I have never been able to dress the way that I wanted to dress. And even if I fit into clothes, I never looked the way that I wanted to. And this is my personal preference. It's just the way I wanted to look. And I honestly spent the majority of my life living in clothes that just fit me, that I didn't like. They just fit, and therefore that was good enough at the time, or squeezing myself into Spanx and hoping for the best. But honestly, like, who was I kidding? You know, Spanx wasn't going to hide 180 pounds of excess weight, you know, like it would just smooth you out a bit. But anyway, on Friday, when I got to go into Kildare Village and actually go into shops and try on clothes and need smaller sizes in some of them, and knowing that I would be able to fit into nearly anything that was in the shop. The 3 dresses that I bought 2 of them in a smaller size so that they will fit me at goal, and I bought 1 because I loved it so much. I'll insert a little like video here of me wearing it. I loved it so much, but they only had it in a size 12, so I just bought it anyway, and I can have it altered then when I fit, when I'm at goal weight. So I am so chuffed and so excited by the prospect of going shopping again. I'm not going to be shopping probably till I reach my goal weight, because I don't know if things are going to fit me differently to what they did prior to having a baby. So I want to wait to make sure that I am not making an unwise investment in my wardrobe. But also I have an entire wardrobe stocked full of clothes. So I really want to try all of those on and fit into all of those and then see what I'm missing. So stay tuned, because I definitely will be doing a wardrobe video with you guys very, very shortly. And then in terms of observations, I have one very significant one for this week, and that is about, I've spoken a little bit about this before in terms of finding yourself out when you're hungry. And that's something that happened to me this Saturday. It was my brother's birthday and he lives about 2 hours away from our house. So we were supposed to be there by 12 and we drove down. And of course, as 12 o'clock is my breaking fast period, time period, I didn't eat prior to going down. Anyway, we get there and of course, like, we were the earliest ones with a newborn, which I'm saying is, you know, that's pretty good going on our behalf. But they weren't ready to serve food or anything yet, or the barbecue hadn't even started. So, and there was only a couple of things that I could eat as a vegan. And something that I've noticed is that I need to eat before I go to somebody else's house. So that's really an observation, because what there was there that I could eat, which was lovely, which came out later, but what I could eat at the time was tortilla chips, crisps, that we call them crisps in Ireland, potato chips if you're in the States, guacamole, bread, and some veg. And basically I ate all of that because I was so hungry. I had no idea what the calories were and I just ate it because I was starving. And then I had some food later on and I tried to make the best choice, but honestly, I ate too much and I was really, really stuffed then. So I find that for me, I need to be able to eat before I go to somebody's house. Like, if you're going for dinner in somebody's house, normally if they know that you're either on a diet or something, that you can kind of work around whatever is gonna happen, but even have something small before I go, just so I'm not starving by the time that I get there, because I was starving when I got there and there was nothing. Like, it was a long drive down and I basically ate what I shouldn't have eaten. But that's the start. That was kind of then from there. That day I started not feeling well. So I haven't really had that much experience out and about to report back to you guys since then. We definitely have been able to do actually I lie. We were out then Monday for brunch with friends and I knew exactly what we were going to have when we got there. We were actually going at 11 o'clock. So I became more flexible in my intermittent fasting window, which I've talked about before. And I do that occasionally. So if I am going to meet friends at 11 o'clock, I'll break it then and stop eating by 7 p.m. But we had a lovely brunch. I knew what I was going to have prior to going. I had my meal and I really enjoyed it and it was enough for me. I actually have a little vlog coming up next week for you guys about that. Or is it already up? It might already be up. I can't work out all of these timing, scheduling things. I'm new to this YouTube stuff. But anyway, so that's coming up. So, you know, by breaking my fast a little bit earlier, the restaurant was only 15 minutes away from our house. So it wasn't such a big deal. And I knew that when you sit down in a restaurant, you're going to be fed straight away. But I think when you go to somebody else's house, you're not entirely sure of how soon you're going to be fed. So that, for me, an observation for me is that I absolutely have to eat something before I go to somebody else's house. So guys, that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you guys left me last week, saying that you really look forward to these videos every week and that they keep you on track and keep you motivated and keep your head in the game. So I really, really appreciate that. It's hard sometimes when you're just having a chat to, at the moment, my phone, because I still have not purchased my new camera. And it's a bit strange, but it's really nice to hear back from you guys. So if you've made it to this part, please leave me a heart emoji down in the comments and let me know how you are feeling, and I will be back to you very shortly with a new video. Bye guys. Talking to you about my week 5, or is it 6? Week 5 results. Is it 6? I'm gonna have to check that.